Peasant Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Occupy ISS, International Space Station, my little one-man revolution here. We kind of have to let it sit on the back burner now and simmer for a while. We needed people to start thinking and realizing and stuff like that. Can't let them sit too long, but that's their problem, not mine, okay? The energy is going out, the ability for me to help people is there, the reality that when my enemies realize that I'm worth more to them alive and working with them and not trying to force me to work, but literally open cooperation to help me get as much people off the planet as possible, things, could happen. But in the meantime, they're the ones that have to kind of wake up. And like the title says here, what is the sex of a crystal? Okay, and here's my little answer crystal. It's a quartz crystal. It's been down a few miles now and all of that. I don't worship it per se, but I respect it as a mineral crystal of the planet, a physical part of the planet type of a thing. And I also have other natural crystals around their natural formation, not jeweled down like this and all. And the reason I want to bring that into the issue is that throughout the Math of ESP, I keep talking about the energy that you humans put in the direction you're going and what you want to achieve, and how all of that relates back to the idea, the mindset, the miracles, the energy, the motion, the faith. To get you a miracle, you need to have a miracle. Most all of you have been praying for everybody to die so you can go to heaven. So you can see there's an enormous amount of energy in that direction. And when you spend an awful lot of your time worrying about whether or not the gods like or dislike homosexuals or black people or purple people or green people or people that don't worship the God you worship, you waste an awful lot of your energy for starters. I mean, what difference does it make? You're not the gods. It's not your choice. And the most you should be doing is telling people to just accept everybody else however they are. This is acceptance. This is what life is about, okay? You do see animals attacking one another. You do see animals fighting. But you just as often will see a lion who's already well fed just walk on by a grazing giraffe or gazelle or whatever, okay? It's not going to go kill it just to kill it. Humans like to run around. I mean, Donald Trump is such an anti-life person that he actually, authorizes, allows, supports the idea that big bad bear hunters can now go out and hunt for caves where bears are sleeping in hibernation, shoot and kill them, and go out claiming, look at the big bear I bagged. Yeah. Now, what would happen if somebody comes into a human's house and shoots a person, sleeping in their bed? Yeah, you are a burglar, you are a murderer, you are a thief, you are a criminal element, no matter what. Okay, so this is how your leaders treat your planet. How much can we take? How much can we destroy? How much can we convert into an object created by God into an object created by us? And one of the more amusing and fun ways to show how deeply rooted this greed is in the Europeans, okay? The Europeans have gone out and tried to conquer everywhere and everything else. You have Christianity everywhere that humans go. You have Christianity, merging with just about every other religion to convert all those people, to giving money to the Christian Catholic Bible religion stuff. You have Muslims going out and taking over whatever they can. You have the Jewish kind of sort of running around doing their thing, but they know they're playing a different little part, so they're not into the world conquering. They're into the financial aspect of controlling, I guess would be a better way to put it. I'm not saying all bankers are Jewish in any way. I'm just saying that there are certain families of the Jewish, whatever you want to label it, Zionism or whatever, that are more concerned with how much they can consume and use up, and and get into their hands, and they do not care, like the Palestine situation. They do not care that they're going in and committing genocide for a piece of land that they have absolutely no historical proof of ever having been their land. So that is why I say it's kind of interesting. But you walk around the planet, and when you came as Europeans to North America, the native peoples had used the spirits of the land, of the mountains, of the forests, of the trees, of animals, and things like that, to name not only themselves, but more importantly, to name the important lakes and mountains and stuff. You walk around now, what do you see? You see the same series of names from North America to South America on lakes and mountains and cities and valleys and all this kind of stuff, and it's always a human name. Mount McKinley. Okay? The Sierra Mountains are still after Father Sierra. They're not the great blessing mountains that they were when it was the Native American people. Okay? So you literally put the idea that humans are more important than gods, and you portray this whole routine and pushing this whole routine. Kind of amusing. Then you stop and you look at somebody like me. I'm spiritual. 21 days after I start Occupy ISS, the entire United States military does an about face and comes to challenge, in a sense, me and what I represent, because they're going to make a space force because it's a war zone out there. It's not a war zone at the moment. It's a place where I'm going to take people to survive. Therefore, my revolution is not about war for profit. It is about revolution to survive. Okay? And just today, very interestingly, I put out a few videos back that the Linux operating system is the operating system we need in space. The idea of this, remotely controlled, nerve center that issues orders and commands and all that kind of stuff down on the planet and controlling everybody else. The idea that I have to contact Adobe every month to make certain my program's still open so that I can access my work. That's a drug addict thing. They want me to take the needle and shoot me full of their drug, their monthly fees, okay? And the same with Microsoft, and the same with Apple, okay? They are very, very closed, monopolizing type of companies, okay? Well, today, Microsoft, or within the past few hours, day or so, Microsoft has announced that it is releasing 60,000 patents to protect Linux. Yes. Once more, Occupy ISS has proven that I do, in fact, use and manipulate massive quantity of energy. I know how to make miracles happen. Somebody in that 1% up there woke up, and by releasing that data to everybody, to the Linux family, not to me, to the Linux family, there are literally hundreds of thousands of programmers out there that can now start writing stuff about the programming necessary about what I'm talking about we need up there. Not one little company, hundreds of thousands of independent people all over the planet. If point A gets wiped out, there's still somebody trying their version over in point B or Z or X. It doesn't matter. But it does matter to the survival of your species, and more importantly to me, the survival of whales and dolphins and monkeys and mosquitoes and ants and all the stuff you people want to destroy because you think you're better. Okay? So understand that I'm doing my part, I'm putting it out there, and I'm making it happen. I do prove the math of ESP works by just doing that.